Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good afternoon to Miss Shahida and Miss Nurfusna. So thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. We are a group of students from Bachelor of Education's Honors Tackle program in University Selangor. So as a part of our studies, we are conducting a needs analysis to better understand the English language requirements of employees in the firm sector. So we have agreed to conduct an interview with Amir Fali and Shahida, advocates and solicitors. So um, your insight and experiences are incredibly valuable to us, and we appreciate your willingness to share them. The information you provide will help us to develop targeted English language training programs that can effectively address the specific needs of professionals in your industry. So before we begin, let me introduce myself. I am Rafisha, and together with my friends Emma, Ashta, and also Todirun. The interview also will take about 20 to 30 minutes. We will ask you a series of questions about English language use, the challenges you face, uh, and your preferences for language training. And also, the interview are going to be recorded. Your responses will be kept confidential and will only be used for academic purposes. So, do you have any questions before we begin? Can we start?
No question.
Okay, so we're going to start now. So, for the first one, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay. My name is Shahida, Siti Nur Shahida binti Ismail. I'm a partner in Amir Falik Shahida, Ipoh, Perak. So I've been in this field for about 15 years, doing litigation, more on litigation and trials in courts.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So now we are going to proceed with the first main questions. I'm going to pass to my friends.
Good afternoon, madam. So I'm Ashra. So I will start with the first interview question. The first question is, how often do you communicate in English with your staff?
Okay, so to be frank, we use both English and Malay as a medium of communication with our staff lah. Reason being is that because the language of the courts or the official language of the court is Malay, so most of our papers or documents will be conducted or drafted in Malay. But we do have clients who are keen to have their matters or their files or their documents to be translated in English lah. So that's the need of us to communicate with them in English. But most of the files or most of the trials in court are more to be conducted in Malay. We can the English may be used in court, but only with permission of the judge. So to say, I would say that Malay is the first language and English is the second language in our firms, but we use both languages in our firms.
Understood, madam. So the second question to you is, how often do you participate in meetings that are conducted in the English language?
Okay, so that would depend on the types of clients that we have, on the race, and the cultural background of the clients that we have. Okay, most of the corporate clients are keen to communicate in English during our meetings lah. Our clients consist of 70% 70% Malays, and the rest are non-Malays. So for the Malay speakers, we always conduct the meetings in Malay lah. But for non-Malays and for the corporate clients, we always have a matter or client or discussion or meetings with them conducted in English. So on a ratio basis, we have like 2 or 3 out of 10 meetings per week, which are conducted in English.
All right, madam. Thank you for your answer. I'll pass it to Rafisha.
I cannot hear you.
Okay, madam. All right. So for the second main questions, right? So, what are your expectations for your staff's language proficiency?
Okay, that would depend on the organization or the hierarchy of the staff that we have in our firm. Like, for example, for the upper level or management level, like the partners and the lawyers, they are expected to have a good proficiency in English. They must have good skills, good communication, and good in writing skills. Which they most likely we will have like most likely most lawyers and partners are having it right now lah. We don't have any problems with the lawyers and partners, but for the supporting staff that we have in our firms, they are expected to have like a basic understanding of the language only, because they are not directly dealing with the clients.
Mm-hmm. I see. All right. Have you ever encountered or seen any event that required your staff to communicate with the clients?
Like I said earlier, we do have like lawyers, they always have meetings with the clients. All right. So on a ratio of uh two or three meetings out of 10 lah in a week, we have like for in English speakers, because we have like non-Malay clients coming to our firms. So lawyers are expected to deal with the clients every week, every day, because sometimes we do have walk-in clients coming in, so they are expected to entertain and giving advice to our clients.
Okay, understood, madam. So, would you like to share anything else about your English language needs or the needs of your team?
The needs of the teams. I don't think I would have any problems lah in finding lawyers who have good proficiency in English. It's just that when we need staff who communicate in English, okay, what I meant is the supporting staff lah. They usually came to us with just a basic SPM level, during our interview. So most likely we have like a basic understanding as English speakers lah for support staff. But we do not have any problems in finding lawyers or any partners. Lawyers are usually in our it's a supporting level lah.
Um,
Is that answering your
because
question?
I think something happened, or maybe my internet is a problem. Wait. Okay, okay, madam. Okay, so now we're going to pass the third main questions to my friend Claudia. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes,
Okay,
I can hear you.
okay. All right. Thank you, madam.
So we talk about the needs of your clients. So now, in terms of training, what training program did you provide to your staff to, let's say, to improve their language proficiency? Is there any training?
Okay. So far, to be honest, we do not provide or we do not have any training provided for our staff. It's just that most of the lawyers, okay, lawyers, they usually have programs with the state bar. This state bar is the bodies which will, govern every lawyers in the state lah. So usually the state bar would conduct programs or trainings for lawyers, not specifically on the English communication skill lah. Is on maybe on the trials, on their advocacy skills, but we believe that this program will help them in developing their interpersonal skill and also their communication skills, including English. So we would encourage them to go and join this kind of programs or trainings with the state bar. But
I
so
see. So
far,
you,
our firm, we do not have such training provided for our staff.
I see. So you're saying that most of your lawyers, basically, they already have a really good English proficiency.
Yes,
So
most of them, yes, because they are mainly when they apply to our firm, they will make sure that they are well equipped with all the skills provided. Okay. mostly the communication skill, the language skill. So we do not have problem with the lawyers. It's just that to improve their skills, we usually we encourage them to, join this kind of trainings lah, provided with the bar council.
So, so like for example, in taking your staff, how would you assess their like your team's overall language levels, proficiency level?
Like for now, we are having how many lawyers we have? We have around 7 lawyers, which includes other races as well. Most of us, we at least we have good communication skills in English, so we can communicate with our clients, with the corporate clients, with the non-Malays clients. So I don't think there's any problems with them. They are good. They are having good interpersonal skill and also good communication skills.
I see. So, for that question, I'm asking you about how would you have your lawyers who are unable to converse in English, but I can see that you already say that all of your lawyers already have a really good English skill, so that's not a problem to you.
Yeah, most of them, I would believe that they won't have any problems like in speaking with the client. But to answer your question, if let's say we do have one of any lawyer or one lawyer who need any help in improving their skills, what we would do is that we would encourage them to talk to their peers in English first, and then we will try to give them clients who are communicating in English, so that they are familiar with English language. And maybe we can give or pass them file involving drafting of an English, English documents, so that they are familiarized with all the terms and English language lah per se. Yeah,
I
but
see.
luckily we do not have that problems right now.
So you just like to improve their skills, we just ask them to communicate with their peers and also provide them with files and documents that involve English language to improve their English skills. That's all. Okay, that's
Yes,
very good.
true. Yes, correct.
So I think that's all of our question for you. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, Madam Shahida, and for sharing this with us today. Your feedback is incredibly valuable, will greatly contribute to our research and the development of effective English language training programs. But before we conclude, do you have any final thoughts or additional comments that you would like to share with us?
It's just that sometimes we think that having good communication in Malay is sufficient for us to, in our workplace, but it's not. Having more languages skills, for example, we have like third language, not only just English, maybe Mandarin. It will help you more in your career. So I would encourage all of you, not just having uh, dual language in your work life, but also having a third language, as a value added version of you and working skill.
So we can say that if lawyer, if firm, language is very essential. It's not just Malay or English. You also need if you have an additional language or third language, it can contribute, it can help you.
Yes,
I see.
of course, because if we know that Malay is the official language of the court, but we can also use English. But what I said, if you have a third language or communication skill, you would attract more clients to your firms, right? So that would not only enhance your capability, but would also, improve and giving you good uh, perception lah.
So English in overall is very important in law to connect with clients and everything. I think.
Yes.
So I think that's all. We don't want to waste any more time. So we sincerely appreciate your participation and support. So thank you again, and I wish you a great day ahead. I really like your language, Miss Sylvia.
Okay, so nice to meet all of you. So I
Thank
wish
you, madam.
both all of you best of luck in whatever you are doing lah.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for taking your
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, bye.
time.
Felicia.
Hello,
Afternoon
hi.
again. Nah.
Yep,
Okay,
yes,
again,
ready.
time to meet with us today. So I think we can give the introduction. My name is Cody and Rafisha, Ashta, and Hema.
Hmm.
So can we begin with our first question with you?
Yep, sure, boleh. Can. Okay.
Okay, so for first question, uh, again, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Alright. My name is Nur Husna binti Muhammad Tarimanzi. I am a legal associate, same firm, Pon Syahida just now. Saya is Amir Falik and Syahida. Our base is in Ipoh, Perak, but also we have branch recently in Shah Alam and also in JB. But most of the lawyers are here in Ipoh lah. So I've been working here since 2022. I started my chambering here and then I retained as associate here. So it's been 2 years already. I've been working here basically. And then one more. I graduated from UiTM in law degree. Yeah.
So how would you rate your proficiency in English? Beginner or intermediate, advanced?
Uh, I think advanced. I got
Advanced.
wet, so you can judge me. I think advanced. Yeah. Not really
So have
fluent, but
the next question.
sure.
Hi, Miss.
Hello, hi.
Okay, my question is, when do you use English in your workplace?
Okay. I would say almost every day. Be it in communicating with the opponent, the other side's lawyer, for example, in emails or calling, whatsoever. Yeah.
So, how important is English in your job?
I would say it's quite important because with the usage of English, there's gonna be some, without usage of English, there's gonna be some difficulties lah, especially for us lawyers in handling research. When we do research and yada yada, we must to have English in our research.
Okay, moving to next question. How often do you write emails or reports in English?
Every single day, I write emails in English.
All right. Miss, another question. How often do you participate in meetings that conducted in English?
I would say 2-3 times per week lah.
2 times per week. All right,
Yep.
Miss. Miss, again, the same question. How would you rate your proficiency level in English? Are you beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or fluent?
I would say advanced.
All right. Moving to the next question. I pass to Ashta.
All right.
Hi, Miss Husna. I'm Ashta. So my question to you is, which skill do you most frequently use in your workplace?
Communication skills, writing skills, but to narrow into communication skills, I think skills in convincing people, especially my clients, and also we all know lawyers, arguing skills, communication skills, but to narrow it deeper, I think yes, convincing people, especially my clients, and also to argue with other lawyers lah.
Okay. Which skill is the most important skill when you communicate with your client?
Okay. So when Rafisha gave me the question, I this particular question, I think, can I say like skill, which skill is most important when you communicate with the client? patience. I don't know if patience is considered as a skill, but that is really important for me to work because, okay, can you imagine? I have to make my clients understand what I'm trying to say. So if they do not understand the basic of the case, they cannot understand their rights, they cannot understand who am I going to sue for which cause of action, blah, blah, blah. So the first thing that I have to have in myself, which means skills lah, right? Yes, to communicate, but also I have to have that patience skills, to handle. Not, I'm not saying all my clients are not, are hard to understand what I'm trying to explain to them. But then, when you have that interest, you want to win your case. You want to know how much claims that you will get, right? So yes, I understand their stand lah. They need to really understand. So sometimes my clients ramai je yang memang like WhatsApp me after my working hours and all. So I believe that the most your question just now, most important when I communicate with my client is to have that patience and to have that determination in making them understand lah for their case. Yeah.
Understood, Miss. Okay, how about listening? Listening skill. How important are listening skills in your
Listening,
job
yes.
when you're communicating with your client?
Also important. Also important. If I do not listen to my clients, I basically don't understand what the case about lah. Also, if I don't listen to the judge, if I don't listen to the opponent, I will mess up my case lah basically. So I have to have that listening skill is very important.
Okay, thank you. How would you deal with foreigners if you do not understand their English?
I try my best to understand, but sometimes I can just ask my boss or my other colleagues, just trying my best lah to eventually understand their language, because I have no choice. They are my clients. If I do not understand and then I give up, cannot lah. So at the end of the day, I must to understand juga. So yeah, I'll seek help lah if I really do not understand. So I seek help from my other colleagues or even my boss. Yeah.
Can I add something? For example, for
Yeah, sure,
what
Kodis.
what is the thing that you find most difficult to understand? Is it their accents or their language or their slangs? What like can make you hard to understand them?
Their slang lah, basically. But then it's not that hard, it is bearable. I think since 2 years, yelah, I pun baru 2 years kan. Tapi within this 2 years period, I think there's no any situation which I've been encountered yang macam there's no solution, you know. But if your question just now, Kodis, apa tadi? Can you Kodis?
Like the things that make you hard to understand them, like their accent. You said
Yeah.
that's mostly.
Slang lah, basically, I think.
Okay, all right. And my last question to you is, can you provide an example of a situation where you had to navigate a language barrier with a client or colleague? Like any situation
Okay, this
that you would like to
one.
share.
Okay, I think for this question, especially in handling jargon legal terms. So the way I navigate is that I'll try to make them understand layman terms. So okay, while doing research, I'll find legal terms lah, obviously kan. But then when I want to make my client understand those legal words, I'll change it into layman terms. So that is how I navigate their English, especially like legal jargon terms like those legal terms, Italian legal terms. Yeah.
Thank you for your answers, Miss. I'll pass it to Rafisha.
Hello, Miss. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Okay, so now we're going to proceed with the third questions, which is
Mm-hmm.
okay. What are the challenges that you face when you're using English in this field?
What are the challenges you face when using English in this field? Doing research, I think. Where are you, Raf?
I'm good. Sorry.
Doing research.
Okay. So can you
Mm.
can you explain more, or is that the only that you can find out?
Because for me,
Mhm.
while doing research, I will encounter like advanced English terms.
Mhm.
So after I want to do research, but at the same time, I also have to Google all the terms and all. So it's
Oh,
quite challenging for me, I think, yes. Even
oh,
until now, not during only my study days, but until I'm working now, I still have to always find dictionary, Google, uh, and all this stuff lah. So
so
it's a bit challenging for
okay,
me.
and so it's related with the law jargon, is it? Law term and law jargon, is it? Right? Okay. So all right. The next one. How often do you struggle to understand spoken English in meetings, presentations, or conference calls?
Not really often lah. I think most of the time I will understand lah. But then when it comes to understand what the judges, when they give judgment and all, that particular situation, I really need to focus on what they are saying lah, because basically obviously they will use advanced English, right? So sometimes I will take time to take note. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Okay. Do you find it challenging to participate in English language discussion or negotiation? If so, what aspects are challenging?
It is challenging, but it is bearable, I must say. It's not that challenging uh, to the extent that I cannot have any solution towards it,
All
I
right.
must say.
Okay. So now, I'm going to pass to my friend for the next question.
Okay, Miss. Moving to the next question. So, what aspect of English do you find most challenging in terms of grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation?
I think vocabulary. Mm,
Vocabulary. Could you explain more?
Vocab, because we know in working situation you have to have a lot of vocab to make your client understand and all can. In terms of grammar, pronunciation, I think that particular aspect does not really have uh, vital parts.
All right. Miss, just now you say the most important skill you communicate when you communicate with your client is patient. How about in terms of speaking skill, listening, writing, or reading? Which skill are you most often use?
Mm. Writing, reading, and listening,
Mm,
isn't
speaking.
it? Speaking. I think all is important.
The
But
most
then I would choose okay, mm, writing,
right.
speaking lah. Speaking first. Second one is writing.
Okay.
Yep.
Miss, moving to the next question. Are there any specific accent or dialect or of English that you find particularly challenging to understand? Any examples?
As my answer just now, I think a really advanced English, and also when it comes to the old judges, can you imagine how their level of language, right? So we the young lawyers have to like cope with that. Yeah, I think not really specific in any accents or dialects, but that really legendary English ilah terms.
All right. Miss, what training program did you join to improve your language proficiency?
This one, like previously, Puan Shaida has just mentioned, we have that state bar program, right? Yeah, those kind of programs lah that I attended. And then before I started my chambering, I also joined like muting program. Yeah, muting program, and yeah.
What did you did in that training program?
Basically, they expose us with the importance of how to argue, how to use the right language in court, the all the communication skills in court lah, basically. Yeah. So they will teach us the young lawyers.
Uh, all right, Miss. Next question, I pass to Kodir.
Okay, so you talk about you joined a program and all of these courses. So when was the latest training program that you joined?
I think during my chambering days, which on
During your what?
2020, chambering is like kalau doctor housemanship, right?
Huh?
For us lawyers, before we hello, can you
Yes,
guys hear me?
yes, I can hear
Yes.
you. Maybe because of the
Is
weather.
it like
My internet connection is there. Okay.
Can you hear me?
yes?
Yep, I can
Okay,
hear
you may,
you, Rafi.
okay, you may proceed, Nusna. Miss Nusna.
The last time I remember training program that I joined during my chambering days, which chambering is if doctors, right, they have before they become a medical officer, they have to attend it, they have to be in housemanship, if I'm not mistaken, right? So we lawyers, before we have our license as an official lawyer associate, we have to go through chambering for 9 months. So the last time I joined a program under my state bar is during my chambering days, which on 2022.
Okay, so next questions. Are there any particular resources? For example, you're saying you're facing like to improve your vocabulary and this stuff. What resources, for example, books or online or any tools that you have found helpful to improve your language, English, especially?
Um, I think all of us are Gen Z, so mostly online resources, of course. But then, personally, myself, I old school, so I prefer manual. I prefer hard books. I prefer to read books. So online, yes, but also I prefer books like law books. I prefer hard copy version. But then it's easier for us lah for sure. Apa online resources, right? Yeah.
Okay, so for the last question, is there anything else that you would like to share about your English language need? What do you think that needs to be improved, and your overall language that you need to improve your English in your firm?
Guys, I think I'm stuck. Hello?
Hello?
Is my internet unstable? Can I speak?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, last question, right? Is there anything else you would like to share about your English language needs? Right. Okay. Not really needs lah, but I just want to say this. I just really hope that especially youngsters nowadays, you see their fear, they are very scared to speak English in front of people, right? Because you know, especially students, uh, they know that people will judge you. Everyone is suddenly being a grammar Nazi. So I think that is not right because people really don't care about it. You can just speak. The main objective, if my in my situation, my main objective is to give my client understand, to give court understand. So whatever language I use, the main objective is to make them understand and clear what are my stance, uh, what are my solutions and stuff. So yeah, I think student nowadays, especially lah kan our adik-adik apa semua, uh, they cannot be scared to just speak. Oh, people will judge me, blah blah blah. You know, not really. Just my hope lah. Just my yeah. Just my 2 cents.
So you yourself, what do you
Yes.
think? Very good. But what do you think that it can be improved, your language overall?
Sorry, Codis. What?
I mean, in your opinion, what do you think in your language? What do you think that needs to be improved? Or you feel like your English is already like perfect?
No, obviously not. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. Tak apa.
Wait, yeah. Cody, you may start again.
Last,
Last one.
last one from Cody.
Yeah. Do you want me to state the question again?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm talking about your language proficiency, your English language needs. What do you think that needs to be improved?
Like Hema ke Aishta just now asked me, right? I think vocabulary. Vocabulary aspect. Because trust me, even we lawyers, we do not care about grammar.
Yeah.
We do not care. We seriously don't care about your grammar, about your pronunciation. But the thing is, we just have to make sure that your vocab is power.
I see.
Yes.
So that's okay. So I think that's the end of our question.
Okay, all right. So that was a great explanation to Miss Husna and as well as Puan Nur Shahida. Okay, so for the closure one, I think I would like to thank you to both of you. Thank you so much for your time and for your sharing your insights with us today. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and will greatly contribute to our research and the development of effective English language training programs. So before we conclude, do you have any final thoughts or additional comments you would like to share, Ms. Mohusna?
Nothing much, but good luck to you all in finishing the studies. And yeah, just trust me, the journey is gonna be hard, but just enjoy. Just enjoy the journey.
Please pray for us.
Like your work.
We are sorry for the interruption, for the
It's
technical
okay.
and all, and I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss.
I understand the struggle. Okay, good luck you all.
Thank
Thank,
you.
thank
Assalamualaikum.
you, Miss.
Yeah, bye bye.
Good luck to you too.